Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Actually, live today. Yeah, I'm back. Thank you. Had a great weekend last weekend. It was very lovely. Got to spend it with some friends and had a grand old time. But I am back now. And we are going to be continuing to work on covering the desert in some sort of haphazard manner. So yes, we are back and we are continuing working on our phase 3 space elevator massive project here. So what I've started, and if you saw the pre-recorded special that I released late on Sunday, meant to have it go out Saturday, but you know, in the rush of trying to get out of here, whoops, sorry, distraction noodle. Turn that off. Gotta get that over here. Sorry, there we go. I got it figured out. I know what I'm doing now. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So in the rush of leaving, I scheduled the video to upload at the regular time, and of course I messed it all up, so I didn't get a chance to actually upload it until Sunday night. But that's where I started building out this new project, which is currently in the iron phase. So yes, I have got my kind of old blueprint for iron in each one of these buildings. These are 2 floors, so if we have a look here, you can see there's a blueprint, there's a blueprint. Each one of these blueprints will produce 240 iron ingots. And if we look inside here, you can see I've even got a sign that says, or 240 ingots, 240 connect input. And that's all been done. So what I'm doing is I'm drawing from 3 iron mines. Pretty much pure iron mines. Just let me get up to the building, top of the roof, because why wouldn't you want to be on the roof of a building? I could have used the stairs. So we've got 3 iron nodes running. We have got one way over there, connected by this new causeway that I built out last week. And then we have another one right about there. And then we have another one underneath there. So that is supplying these 3 buildings. Each building is producing 480 iron ingots. Now, of course, they're all kind of quiet right now because they're all full because I haven't sent them anywhere. Where am I sending them, you may ask? Well, let's have a look here at the plan. So let's just review our kind of flow chart here. Again, using Satisfactory Modeler. And let's bring it. Whoop. There you go. All right, so yeah, this is what we're attempting to do. We are looking to create 10 of the versatile framework. What I'm doing is I'm looking towards the future of what my phase 5 stuff will be, and because some of this stuff will be needed for that. So I'm going to be making 2 assemblers for versatile framework, 10 per minute. In the adaptive units, I'm looking to have 3 manufacturers for a total of 2.6 per minute. And then we're going to have 10 modular engines utilizing 10 manufacturers. So yeah, we're going to be looking at some larger numbers. And it's going to take a lot of buildings to get it done. Now, this flowchart's a bit of a mess. But as we kind of go along, we'll be taking care of things. So like here, for example, I now have my iron being utilized. I'm not going to remove the node just yet because this number here, I have to keep in mind for that. Right now, I am still caught at the 480 items per minute on my belts. I haven't unlocked aluminum yet. Ironically, I could usually use that, but I got to do this until I can get the aluminum because that's at the other side of the phase 3. Now, of course, I could do the phase 3 real easy, just dump things in, get it done, and speed run. But I do want to keep this up and running because I am going to need it for both phase 4 and phase 5. So this belt here is going to be a bit problematic. Now, most of that is going into my iron smelting, or steel smelting, I should say. So I'm going to have to do some interesting belt handling coming through here. Like I say, each of my building sets, 2-story buildings, will do 480. So what I'll have to do is, as things split off, I'll have to rebalance lines and then eventually have just 2 lines going into the steel manufacturing, and I'll kind of build it out that way. So, you know, that's 15. So that's, you know, 8 per belt line, and it'll all work out in the end. So what are we going to be working on today? Well, today what I want to be looking at is getting the copper smelting. This is going to be a bit of a grind, and the steel smelting, or the steel refining, or furnacing, or foundering, or whatever the hell we're going to use these. These are the actual foundry machines. So we're going to be doing some foundering for our steel, but what I'm going to have to deal with is these guys here, my copper and my coal, which I'll have to bring over. So before I can even start thinking about laying out these buildings, what I'm going to need to do, and let me just move that out of the way here and go boop. And what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to do some reworking on the highway systems, because I'm going to have to start reaching out. And looking here, I think it's time to close this block off as my first thing. So we can see here how we've got the road system working. We've got this road coming off here. We got the main highway kind of curving along that way. The curve is actually now becoming a little inconvenient, but it is what it is. So what I want to do here is I'm going to actually connect these 2 parts of the roadway and enclose this block, because I do have some coal over there. Now I currently have a coal node being tapped in for the main base. I also have a sulfur node that's being tapped in, so I've already got 2 truck stations. There is another coal node somewhere over there, and there's a copper node. Yeah, so I'm gonna need highways, more trucks, more vroom vroom, more fun. All right, so what does that mean? Well, it also means that I need to start thinking about where I'm going to put truck stations over here. And probably what I could do, or should do, is, yeah, let's make a depot right in this area here. So we'll have the trucks coming in. That way they can come in from this side. Of course, open up the fencing there. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll put a nice truck depot in here, and then we'll kind of stretch our buildings off that way, and we'll kind of all work it out. And at some point, if I have to start building above the depot, we'll start building above the depot. What I intend to do is try to have all of my phase 3 stuff being built here, which is probably going to take me past all this quartz, and there's my limestone, and I got caterium, so I got a lot of stuff. A lot of the terrain isn't great. I mean, I can go this way as well, but you can see that I have a problem with rocks there. I believe that is another iron node, so I'm, again, still covered well in iron. That sounded weird. So, yeah, lots of work to do. And let's get busy. I think some of this stuff, because I am kind of now just looking at this, thought I had lots of space, but once you start putting all this stuff together, man, the space goes quickly. So I'm probably going to have to start going a little bit more vertical for a lot of stuff as well. But the basic manufacturing of my ingots, I'm going to do as kind of their separate little industrial buildings, because if I do find that I'm going to need more iron, I can easily add more iron, put stations in, and start dragging it through. And that was kind of part of what my plan was to have central iron production, because I can put another 2 floors on there once I get to my aluminum belts. I think I can put another floor. Once we get to all the fancy belts, then we can go all the, you know, up a bunch more. But anyway. All right, so what is the plan today? The plan to start off with is to figure out how I'm going to connect these 2 roadways. So it looks like if I draw a straight shoot that way, we're almost lined up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go run, he says as he flies through the air, with the greatest of ease. That decrepit old man with the jetpack of ease. Right here. So that should all still be on the world grid. this is now off the world grid, so I have to turn the corner. So theoretically, if I go to one of these guys here and I hold the control, you can see how it's snapping to the world grid there. I'm going to snap one into the world grid, and I just want to line up that corner there, because these are where I'm going to need to do my joints. So let's get on the way up to the top here. So that does look like it's the corner. How to get the height? Well, this one's off by about a half. No, it's off. Oh, that's perfect. Let's take this barrier out. Okay, so there we go. So that's the proper height. So everything's at a good, clean height, which is always nice, and it should be by Jew. I have been, had to go up a little bit at some points because of terrain. Now the question is how does that align over there? Well, only one way to find out, and that is to start zooping the hell out of this thing. So we're going to throw out 10 this way. And this would be lining up. Actually, you know what? Let's do a little bit different here. Before I do that, doop, doop. And we'll take that one out. Okay, so let's go back to the 4 meter. I do want to make sure right there. So corner. Oop. Yeah. Okay, H again. So what I want is I want corner to corner here. So we're going to come back. We'll go forward half. By holding control, and I think that's good. Okay, so that's essentially my sidewalk run here, and just to help me kind of maintain that visualization, I'll actually run it as the sidewalks. So off we go that away. Missed a couple here. And oops, kind of did backward, but I don't know why I'm carrying, because these are all freaking temporary. I could actually be snapping the road. No, yes, no, yes, no, I don't know. I need to check the height. Before I start snapping roads into place, I do need to see the height. Okay, so there's the other sidewalk. So we're gonna run that line. Now, let's run this one out. Okay, so we have a little bit of a height discrepancy. Yeah, 1 meter height discrepancy, which is okay. Now the question is, well, this should be okay. So if I take one of yous, it's a daisy, and we snap you to there. Let's turn you that way and just nudge you into position. I hear you back there, buddy. You don't want to start nothing with me. So there we go, like that. Oh, right, where's this clown? You could have just left well enough alone, but no, you had to get all bossy and prissy, and so now where are you? Now you're gone. All right, yeah, okay, all clear now. So that actually kind of works out not bad. It's not exact, but I can adapt for it. Okay, so let's get this done. So first thing I want to do here is let's grab another bit of highway. What highway am I using for over here? So instead of using, continuous there, I'm going to continue this style because I do have a few different styles. Like this one here does not have the tube. So we're going to grab that. I'm going to line you up. That's not lined up at all. No. I'm not going to do that here. Let's do that down here. But it is side street that I'm looking for. The street of side. Okay, we'll sample this. There's the side street. And we'll just get whatever kind of snap we can get going in that direction, and then we'll start nudging our way to success. Kapla. That's Klingon for success. Don't you know? All right, so that is the road edge here. That is the road edge there. And poop. Let's move these like so. And then we can get rid of these and these. And just to make the corner a little nicer for the trucks, like that. All right, let's keep moving. I'm going to put one more down. Of course, this one's going to snap nice and clean here. Come back here. What? No. Stay. I'm thinking I'm actually gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then drop it down. Buck up. Oh, here. Okay. Now that I've completely and utterly screwed that up, let's do it again. We're going to hold. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is how far one's into the foundation. And then I'm going to go 1 meter up, because I need to change the height of 1 meter. So this sidewalk should now line up perfectly with that. Yep, that's what I meant. That's what I meant all along. All right. Be the nicest way to join these guys together. Let's see. Let's continue. And across like that. No, let's take these two out. And then we'll grab not really a nice way to join these together, is there? What if we went with something like this then? Ah, there we go. Yep, that'll work. Sorry to... Oh. Oops. Okay, so we've run into a problem here. I need this. Which is gonna really interfere with my highway works. Well, rat? Okay, well, let's come at this differently then. Let's see where we will intercept if we come straight along this path. Yeah, let's try that. In fact, let's just extend this by 1. And we'll do the same trick. Okay, let's do this. Let's try to snap you to over here. Actually, we'll take off blueprint snapping. And let's try to maneuver things around a little bit better here. Why do I hear the ocean? Okay. So pop that there. You can move the barricades here now. Yep. All right, so we can cut. So I want to close this up. I don't know why I'm doing finishing work when I haven't even done the actual road construction yet, but what are you gonna do when you live in a shoe? I don't live in a shoe. I just thought that needed to be clarified. Just in case y'all thought I lived in a shoe. I don't live in a shoe. Okay, you go down. Guess I'm gonna have to push you one that way. Really want quarter foundations and quarter walls. That can go like that, and then we can just grab you. Nope, still can't quite make it. That one there. Grab a 1 of these. Like that. And then we'll just grab another one of these. Like that. And then, of course, I'll have to do some repainting. I'll just clear whatever patterns are showing up. There we go. Okay, so roadway. We will now miss. We should now miss, technically, theoretically, hopefully, that limestone node. So we'll just bip this guy into place. Bip this guy into place. We'll blip this guy out of existence. And you. All you guys go bye-bye. And leave you there. Okay, yeah. All right, let's get the drop down. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, we're gonna go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 foundation down, 1 meter drop, and boom. Let's rebuild underneath here again. So we'll take one of those. We'll get one of the inside corners, and you go like that. And get you nice and clean here, like that. You can then take one of these guys, like that, and like that. All right. Now for up here. Let's see, I think. Put a 1 meter of these, a 1 meter of these. We change it now to asphalt. Oh, the Z fighting is horrible. All right. There's so many more blocks we could use. There really is. Where's my asphalt? There's my asphalt. And let's use zoop now. Okay, so that takes me down by 1, and we can drop a fence there. And drop a fence there. Not much I can do about that. All right, let's now line up our road to there. And then I think I shall just fill the gap thusly. I'll repaint these lines. I can use you. So much nudging. Hey, you guys. Thank you for your service, but go away. Whatever half bits are hiding in there. And that's you, so you're not Z fighting. No Z fighting, please. Okay, right. Oops, there's still a half foundation or something hiding underneath here. None of these lines line up. All right, let's what? Finish the sentence, man. Finish the sentence. Let's go grab the proper line. That goes there. Let's take just a little half guy here. Oh, no, we can go full. Because then we can take our little sideline, that can go there. That can go there. That one's already fine. Paint markings can be a bit of a faff around here, that's for sure. Yeah. And sure. This all seems very much like functional highway stuff. I'm going to ignore all the Z fighting that is happening right there. Okay, cool. So now I have access to, or easier access to over here, trying to keep some of the traffic pressure off that intersection down there. Okay, now. How are we doing over here? So I am doing pretty good here on this station. So I'm dumping 480 into that station currently. A bunch of it is going down there, but yeah, quite frankly, it's only about half of it is actually needed down there. If I have another look here at my modeler, by its numbers, I need, yeah, this actually, I can use this for some of my feed. Then we look at our map here. That's a normal, and that's a normal. So both of these are pretty close. I can get rid of this marker. Got an actual lots of oil right there as well. So I got another normal. So I am surrounded by a bunch of normals, which is good, because normals I can still pull 480 out of a normal. Can't pull anything more, but I should be able to get 480, which is all I can feed down a belt anyway. So 480, 240, that's 600, yeah, that's going to be more than enough coal. So I just need to utilize what I'm getting, the excess I'm getting from here. I probably should cover that up, but because this is filling up, I could drop another line in through, feeding through here. And that should be good. Okay, so I don't need another station for that. Let's think about how we're going to move the coal over. And there is that node. Now, what does it look like underneath here? Oh, I know what I could do. Not as easy as it sounds, though. So what I was thinking is I could punch through here, like have a conduit underneath. The only problem with that is I can't really. Well, I lose it. Well, you know what? Is it that terrible if I lose these? Let's just. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. I don't have to have perfect. Let's go down to the 1 meter. I'm hitting the wrong button. So if I go across like that, and then also cross like that, I have this nice little space underneath. You can lose these guys. Close that off. That'll look all right. All right, where's that node? It is right over here. Now, I need to get it past. And I think probably the best place will be right here. So let's do some of that. All of this is going to need to be replaced. Yeah, that's fine. And carry on through. Carry on, wayward child. Blah, 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 will be wild. These are not the words to the song. I don't know what they should be. I'm going to do some hinky stuff. I'm going to do some hinky stuff. Like that. Okay, and you gotta go. Look at that. Almost like there was a plan all along. And I completely stopped talking. I know. What is with that? That seems rather rude. Hello? Yeah, I think this is gonna work. So we're gonna take that out of there so I can put in now a under ramp right here of the 4-meter variety. And then we're going to drop one. And we'll put a ramp of a 1-meter variety right there. How does that look? Looks like I'm doing my imitation of a fly stuck in a house. Are you doing anything for me? No. We'll figure you out in a minute. All right, where's that little ramp? You actually want one of the biggie guys here. Come on. There you go. Like that. And then we put a 1 meter. There. Okay. All right, and that ties that into that. We can now grab some wall and start running that back. Then we're gonna remove all of that wall we just put in because again, we screwed up. To there, yes. From here to there, yes. I mean, I suppose I could have designed the blueprint to account for having conduiting underneath, but I almost feel like I could put windows down there, but what would be the point of that? This is not for peoples. This is for pots. So right here. Why does that staircase seem out of place? But you know what? It's fine. It's all fine. Walls, doors, door. Non-concrete door. That I can still get through, get to the stairs. All right, that's fine. All right, and then from here, we go up that way. And then from here, we go up that way. Jeez. Pretty nice. That just dropped now. We'll use these guys. And we'll follow the contours down to the ground. Like so. Let's grab some foundationals. 4 meter. Off you go. So we're gonna have to get rid of this. We will rock you. Rock. We will rock you. Am I getting rid of you? Wow, that was a big chunk. All right. Yeah, I don't know if it was intentional, but yeah, the beat of your little chisel there is we will rock you from Queen. Clap, clap, thump, clap, clap, thump. Gladdies. All right, I need a little workstation here. Because I need to make me some portable miners. All right, we don't need any of the iron on board. Don't need any of the coal on board. Might do one of those plug in my pocket. I don't need any copper on board. I'm not even sure where that copper came from to be on board. All right. Let on the roof. There we go. Probably would have fast take the ladder, but you know, shut up. All right, Mr. Miner. How are you clean? Are you the most straight that way? Or are you more straight that way? I'm gonna say you're more straight neither way, so we'll go with that way. Okay, power does need to be supplied here. I'm gonna change you fellers out with some 4 meter, so you tie into the ground like that. You can take these guys and scoot you. Yep, scoot you down in that way. Here we go. The power. It's a road that has no sidewalk because we have a fast travel tube. I don't know if that's an oversight or not, but oh well, it is what it is. No, let's grab concrete like that. I'm thinking we will go 2 wide, like that. And 2. There we go. Take that out. We are going to put a concrete staircase. Just make sure our heights are okay. Yep, heights are perfect, actually. They should be because they're built off the same structure, but yeah, you know. Lined up weird before, too. I think I just need a half foundation here. There we go. That means I can get up here, and now means I have a place to put. Didn't mean a light stand, but oh, I don't have a light stand. I have a power line. Can I grab a light stand? Let's string some light stands here. Why? Because why not? I'm gonna leave this one open air. So we'll just pop a street light right here. Won't use power poles, we'll just daisy chain these fellas. We'll put another one right there. There we go. Excellent. All right, let's make sure we're pulling 480 out of this little brute. Oop. It's 300. Damn it. That screws my numbers. 540 is not enough. But I could get you up to 480. I thought, oh, I guess not. Pardon me. Well, you know what? I am stuck with it. It is what it is. So we are just going to have to live with the reduced numbers and try to balance it out. We may have to add that other whole line in. In the meantime, I think we can move our coal into here now. So we'll wall you up. And figure out how we're bringing our coal through. And I think I'm going to go and grab myself a wall, or a door, I should say. Flip you into concrete. And we'll put our door right here, bring it forth, like so. Maybe not. Maybe I'll actually leave you recessed. Yeah, let's leave you recessed, like that. Put that there. Yeah, and that gets us into here where we can now start running down. Alrighty. Now, for you, I'm stuck in this here, so we'll just go and put you there. Let's grab our belts. Really would be nice if we could reverse our belts, but they haven't given us that ability, so we can't. And by what I mean reverse is hit R. It doesn't change it. And there, oh, base. And now I'm too far away. Okay. Let's go from here. And try to eyeball it, like to there. You know, hang about a moment. Let's do a little of this. A little bit of Monica by my side. And I want you to go that way. Unlike the belts, the lifts can in fact be reversed. And now I can hold that direction. We can run this guy down all the way down to here and up. Yeah. Keeps everything out of the way, nice and neat and clean. Then we go here and we put one of those there, and then we connect it all up with a belt like so. Let the coal flow. All right, now we can start running it back down this way. He says as he runs absolutely nothing back this way because I need to figure out how I'm now getting it inside there. So we'll take the ramp out. I think we can take this wall out. It's not really serving a purpose. And okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. what I need to do is grab my floor hole. And hopefully that's far enough. Nope, it's too close. Need to come out by one. So I'll scooch you to the back here. Let's take that out of there and like it so. And then I can use the straight. There we go. So that now is that second feed line. Which means underneath here, we're going to cut you off temporarily. We are going to put one of you in. And then we're going to... Yep. Then we're going to take you out. I'm going to move you down to the floor just so it's not quite so... There we go. Excellent. All right, so now this line go to there, and then to there. Yeah, it's all going to the same place. So we need to balance between the two, so that's all fine. I'll worry about that corner in a minute. What I do want to get is you to go to here. Is actually the exact right height. Okay, that's fine. Let's go grab the other end. Hello, Mr. Belt of Coal. Can you come with me, please? Right this way. Please keep coming this way. And plug into that, please. Thank you. All right, let's take a moment and repaint the wall. And let's go see what we can do about cleaning up this mess. I don't think it actually would be that hard. What we need to do is just connect here. Grab one of these. No. Don't do no such thing. Do that. And let's see. What's the nicest way I want to do this? I wonder, what would it look like if I just went like that? Grab one of you fellers. Into there. The power of nudge. And then keep it nice and simple over here. Oh. That'll work. Okay. So that is now taking care of my coal needs. So if I go all the way up here, I just want to clean a few more things up underneath here. And I guess we can just swap you two out for the proper 4 meter. I think I want to do something a little bit nicer, more transitory. I think we're just going to grab one of you. One of you. My flashlight back on. And then we'll just turn it into a little boat shape like that. Okay, that's fine. All right, so that takes care of the coal portion of our endeavors. Let's see how you do after having a visitation. Yeah, so we're only pulling out 240, and we're pushing in 540. It might be tight. It might be enough. I don't know if it will be. Where is my next closest coal node? I think it's right over there. Yes, I know I have you. Yeah, 365 meters that away. That's a road extension. $597. I have coal. Do I have coal that I can sacrifice from the plant over there? Because that's the coal power plant. I don't want to lose the power I'm getting from it. Speaking of which, how are we doing on our power now? Still a little bit of fluctuation there, but we've got 13,000 megawatts. So we got 13 gigawatts-ish. What is going on with the fuel? Am I going to get distracted by that? I think I might be. Also very briefly. Yeah, so the lines are already completely saturated, so that should be okay. Just whether they fill in time. All right, let's run back this way. Now let's clean up some of our construction lines. We don't need this here anymore. And then put it to the ground. And whoop, whoop. Monument to concrete. Oh, this is going to be such an ugly little corner. But you don't have to be, do you? Yeah, I guess we'll do that, and then we'll go into there. Not terrific, not... Well, yeah, it's just not great. Okay. Stop getting distracted. Okay, now. Next thing I want to see is, do I have enough surplus coming into this coal station here? Oh, wait, I absolutely 100% have all the surplus I need, because these are all still marked. Nope, damn it. 360. Why am I only doing 360 when I could be pulling 480? Yeah, good. What that means is any excess or lack of excess coal, I do have probably over here. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, I got lots of excess coal. I feel like I need to do some line balancing somewhere. So I can take that line out through there, merge it into so all my excess is coming out of here. Where is my... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just trying to figure out what my lines are doing here. Okay, so... that's going to go all the way that way. And for the time being, when I need it, I'll grab it from there. Because again, I do want to keep... I'm going to fill this in. I do with transportation. So, okay. So I got enough coal. That's perfectly fine. And on that note, I'm going to get out of the rain. Let's stand right here. And we'll look off to there, and I will be right back. I'm just going to take a quick break, and we'll continue on. And I'm back, and the rain hasn't let up. All right, so what is next? Well, they've got a copper right here, so I mean that's convenient. Hello, Mr. Copper. Now, I don't think you were great. Yeah, you're just a lousy impure. I always forget to reload. Reload. Now, what can I do with an impure? Not much. If we grab... Of course I don't. Ow! You little backstabbing... I got a workshop over here. Let me just run over to here. Oh yeah, can be using a truck now. But those things are just big and ugly. Okay, so how much can I actually get out of this copper? My brain is just melty. So we are going to go the lovely angle you're on. 150. And in my numbers of the core, so I would need another 500. Yeah, that's not really going to be enough, even with the Mark II fully picked up. So copper is going to be a bit of an issue. Because again, I can only transport 408. Well, no, I can transport by truck. Not by tractor necessarily, but certainly by truck. Where was there a decent coal node? I think I had one. There's a normal one. That's going to give me 300. That's an iron. That's an iron. Really do need a pure copper. Probably shouldn't stand in traffic. All right, copper. Show me the way. Yeah, you shut up. There is one over here. Oh, see, that's another impure. All right. I just want to see. It's a copper. Guess I could light them up, make my life a little easier. Oh. That's an impure, which I can't really get to anymore. That's a normal. I think I might need to put another radar tower somewhere here. I think right on the end of the copper line, or the coal power plant, should be a good location. Yeah, I think this is just a fine place for you. All right, one radar tower. Radar tower. The bell? That was a noise and a half. Iron, iron, iron. I don't think this tower is really doing me a lot of good here, actually. Yeah, I don't think this is a good location because it's just repeating what I already see. I'm still not seeing a lot of copper. Wrong button. Hide that. Push that. Let's go into the map here. Where are my radar towers? Oh yeah, so you can see all that overlap there. So I'm going to have to run this guy probably out to that corner there. Let's go. All I see is freaking iron everywhere. Okay, where are my radar tower reaching? I think we'll just run right up to where these nodes are after I shoot him. Radar tower. I mean, there's no, basically I'm going to head for that dismantle crate. And that, I think, would be about right for the radar tower. Yeah, because there's lots of goodies over here. Lots of goodies. I just have to figure out how to get the stuff. How we doing? Yeah, all right, so keep heading that way. And I'll figure out what I'm going to do for power. I think I'll bring some power lines. Did I start running? Yeah, I started running power lines out. Maybe I'll just continue that into the valley here. This will eventually all need to be tapped. Hello. Need to be tapped anyway or built upon anyway because this is going to be a part of the giant train circuit that is in the plans. Okay, let's snap you to grid. Get our radar tower up. Have I actually unlocked? No, I have not. Weirdly, I have my power. Oh, I have a power augment there. Huh. Huh. I could double power with that. Okay. So that's where I'm heading. Let's head back. Now, I technically do have enough copper in the back region. 2 impures will add up to 1 normal. And if I can get 2 normals going, that's perfectly fine. Because again, 300 plus 300 is 600. That's still not enough. Damn it. So irregardless of what I got left over there, because I don't think I had 4. And one of them's not even, yeah, I have 4, but one of them's not super accessible because I built the damn base over top of everybody. You can see here, that is an impure. That's an impure. That's just a normal. So that's only maximum of 300. So, but I can't get that one. And it's not really feasible for me to rework anything at the base to fix that. So that's why I'm trying to drag out here. Now, where are we running the high tension leads? Where are my big power towers? If I have any. Alright, this gives me a chance to see who the hell is not behaving themselves. How are you doing? Yeah, no, you're good. What's happening down here? Yeah, you're good. Let's check all the back feeds here. Oop, oop. That looks like an awful lot of uninflated pipes. But you're full. He had a sneeze. Okay, so why are you guys starving? Especially when you have 50. Pushing 600. Oh, you're running a little shy of package fuel. Why is this? Someone's struggling to get their fuel out? Oh, yeah, okay. Do we have enough packaged water bottles? Okay, so that one looks okay. Aha! Okay, so it's empty canisters are still a bit of an issue. So what I need to do is put a splitter somewhere. I actually have a little building that is making canisters. Let's go visit it. right over here. And we just need to throw some plastic in there. Need to go grab some plastic. Alright. Not sure where am I feeding this. Point back, I'm gonna stop. I don't know where you guys are going. Oh, you're going in the container underneath. Ha ha ha! I am smart. I am super smart guy. Do I have, where are my stairs down now? I have some stairs going downstairs. I never did put fuel buffers in for these guys, did I? Probably should do that. I am so squirreled right now, it is scary how badly I am squirreled. No human being has been squirreled this much before. Where are you guys going? So you are feeding partially into my lines? I mean, they will balance out eventually, right? Right? Yeah, especially if I force the issue. Okay. What is happening down here? Well, let's take your 100. And fill you. Yeah, this line definitely does seem to be filling up first, so I am going to do what I was going to do. Okay, so let's grab a splitter. And maneuver you into place. Let's grab you, and we'll turn you into a merger. Go there. And now I take a belt, we go boop, boop. Take a belt, we go boop, boop. We go there, and then we just cross across there. That should help soften some of the load. We do need to put you back. Yeah, you've got plenty. How's everyone doing now? Yeah, slowly. How's everyone doing down here? Full of water. You're full of water. You're full of water. No, put that back in the system. Okay. I think it was just a few bottles short overall. Yes. So I'm thinking we are once again. Oh, now you're having issues. Why are you having issues now? Alright. Which is ironic because these lines are full and these guys are suffering. I tell ya, you never just can win. But enough of the squirrels. And lack of fuel buffers. Okay, anyway, what was I doing? No freaking clue. Fleet blank. Something to do with what's going on over there. Alright, power lines. That's it. I was looking for if I have power lines running. Which I do. Going up to the waterfall, don't I? Yes, I do. But where do we go from here? Don't think we're connecting anywhere that way. We're actually just coming out right here. Yeah, that's the end of the line right there. So, I'm gonna want to head that way, so we could start with a whole new tower line. I'm thinking I'm just going to go right across the top here. So we'll grab one of these. This is a platform. Make sure you're all lined up nice and pretty. Because you ain't even close. In fact, if I stand right here, there we go. Come from here. Because we're going to need to tie into the main power systems, so we'll go boop. And boop. All right, we are energized. And reach. Stretch this guy out as far as he can get. All right, wire's too long, so that's going to be right about here. We'll grab our foundations, hold control so it snaps to grid. And I can't quite take it from here because it's too far, so we'll just have to do it This is how we do it. Where's the ladder? Right there. Hold, please. May not be able to reach it that way, but now that I'm doing power tower, it gives me the extended reach. And we are powered. Cool. A. All right, this way. This way. We'll go right past the old iron here. A little bit of forward velocity back. And that looks to be about as far as I'm going to get. So let's say right there. And we'll snap to the grid, but I'm going to rotate you 40. Oh, you are angled perfect. Oh, hello. Can I help you? Do you have a friend somewhere? No, I want to go that way. And that's so you can see the radar tower right there. So we're just going to go boop, 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 boop. Grab our power with platform. Like that. And then we connect you. And then we can connect you to you. And let's fly over now to the radar station. And I think this actually might reach, which would be very, very useful. Nope, it doesn't quite reach, so we're going to stop right here. We'll grab our foundations again. I know I'm in the way. I'm going to drop you down a little bit lower. Like that. Let's switch you up to the old 4 meter for the side. Yeah, I can't reach it, so we'll have to do it this way. And again, look right at center. And sure. Bring up the power line and connect. And it's raining again. Oh, wire's gonna be too long going that way. So what if I cut over to here? Yeah, let's do this. Well, again. And still can't quite reach it with the old selection tools. Let's nudge you around. Huh, that's weird. Oh, actually square. Weird. Alright, that goes to there. Now, I should be able to reach from here to the radar tower. And I can. Excellent. Not really going to help me so far with my easy access to coal, but at least I'll know if I, or copper, at least I'll know if I have any somewhere. That way a little bit, please. Thank you. All right, and then you get plugged in. You get plugged into there. Little fella here gets plugged into there, and that gets plugged into there. Let the radar searching begin. All right, what have I got for copper? Oh. Ow. Impure. Normal. Pure. All right. That's not super convenient, is it? That's deuterium. Wow. Really? That's my 3 coppers. I got one up here, which is not even close to being worth it. Ow! Man, my copper distribution sucks. How do I want to do that? Let's drop a marker down that highlights you. Where are you? Where's my little line slider thingy? Oh, where is my little line slider thingy? I don't have my zip line thingy. Where's my zip line thingy? God damn it. All right, one Xeno Zapper coming up. And one zip line thingamabobby. Put you in the chainsaw holder. There you go. That is so not convenient. Oh, that is so not convenient. Like, at all. Oh, how am I gonna get that? I mean, I got some nice sand ore, I got coal, I got iron here. One of the coal nodes actually stayed. Alright, I know exactly where these nodes are. Yeah. This is gonna be a bit of fun. How am I gonna do this? Well, first thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna clear out some of this gaseous nonsense. I said we're going to eliminate some of this gaseous nonsense. Really? How close does the explosion need to be? That was certainly close enough this time, wasn't it? I'm about to die. Really should pay attention sometimes to my hit points because I may be dying imminently. Yay! Baby spiders! Baby spiders here! No spideys! No spideys! Spidey's bad! Where'd you go? That's a hog. Whee! This feels very dangerous. Anyone else? Okay, so now that I can move around a little bit safer, let's have a look here at the map. So I've got up at the lake here, not super convenient. Like you can see where I am. Well, this is just caca. Absolute caca. I think I'm gonna keep stretching my power lines out. And I want to see if there's anything down this way. So got lots of I mean, I got crude everywhere now. Yeah, I want to see if there's anything more this way before I start kind of thinking about climbing up through these hills and whatnot, because it's not super convenient. So let's bit back down our radar tower, which is right over there. I guess I can grab this slug while in here. Oh, it's these guys. Piss off. Ow. Shoot. I really gotta get back my homing ammo. I just have a general hatred for farty rocks. Oh, no, you don't. See ya. Oh, are you feeling frustrated there, little buddy? I hear him. Just don't think he can quite get to me. Where are you? All right. Stop playing with the animals. And go find your copper. Now, so he's around here somewhere. Just to clarify, and to be absolutely straightforward info transparency, this is not really outside of what the original kind of overall idea planny thingy was. It's just maybe pushing it a little bit, but I always intended to actually start building my rail loop. So what I'm gonna be thinking of doing for railroad is I'm literally gonna build a loop that kind of cuts through these areas here. So we're gonna come through here, which actually, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, because I don't need, do I want to go, so the question is do I want to go through the swamp? Which is really weirdly awkward trying to get my rails through here. Or I can cut through kind of the red forest, which is also really awkward. So if I loop this way, and then I put a massive train set up here, I loop through here, I can then come through here, pick up all my copper. Okay, so yeah, that's plan B, or even possibly plan A. However, the immediate thing I want to do, I think, is still keep heading down this way just to see if there's anything else this way. But yeah, I'm starting to think I might be getting some kind of planned idea. All right, how far can we go with this guy? Wire's too long, so we're looking right about here. Yep, we can come right off this cliff here. Sure. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's drop it down a little bit. All right, let's grab a power and put you thusly. Like that. I should be able to reach that little plateau there. Yep. I'm getting a little higher up into the mountains than I originally intended, but it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there a particular reason why you're not snapping to the sides of these foundations? Very strange. Sometimes the computers and computer tinkins is not so good in doing the computer tinkins. All right, that goes to there. Let's get our wire. And to there. Where am I on the edge? Right over this way. Okay. Yep, that should be okay right about here. And we'll just snap our foundations to use the world grid. The grid of the world. The world of tomorrow. Today. And boink. Next. Well, let's grab Mr. Yellow here. Not to be confused with Mr. Blue. Alright, how far can you reach? You can make it to those giant mushrooms. Okay, that's my next one. To the giant mushroom thingy. I wonder if you'll fit if I go from here. Come on. Grab on. There we go. How far actually can I reach? Ah, excellent. I can get this far. Okay, so right over here on a normal limestone with my full inventory. There's you. And it gives me a few slots. I hear someone's futile efforts to shoot me this their fireballs. It seems very rude of him. All right. Yeah, let's go down to here. I don't care what you say anymore. This is my life. I don't care what you say. Leave me alone. I don't care what you say. My life. Have I gotten far enough yet? No, I'm still within the radar ranges. I think where that bridge is will probably be far enough. I want at least a decent, enough overlap that I'm not missing anything. I mean, what are the towers? They kind of require some power, and they the materials, but you know what? Doesn't hurt to have lots of them. All right, how far can we go with this guy? I'm thinking we're gonna come, yeah, right about here. a tower. And just for something to be different. Because why not be different once in a while? Okay, how far are we now? I think the next tower we will stop moving west. I need a little bit more velocity here. And we'll put in our radar tower and see what we got. And we are going to... Hey, it's Mr. Floaty. Hey, big giant floaty guy. Who annoys me when he gets into my factories. Alright, up until we can stand on it. Yay, I can walk on it. Alright, you can go too long. Right there. What's the height? So we're gonna come out of Mr. Cliff Face. Right about here. What the hell am I hearing? Very strange. Okay. All right, that can go there. And let's put our radar tower right over here. We'll tuck you into the corner. Radar tower. Yeah, that'll do. Now that I've done that, I'm going to need to turn it around. I want the power box being back there. Yeah, lots of room to walk around it. That's cool. That sound is a little bit freaky. Let's put you into a power pole anyway. All right. What have I got? Ah. What are you? Well, at least in normal. Got another normal there. And I got a impure. Ooh. My map is hurting in the copper department. That is for sure. But you are in normal, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking you're going to be our first train deposit. Where are you? Is that you? I think that's you, isn't it? Yep. All right, so we got a normal there. What else have we got? Yeah, that's my spread. Mr. Impure hiding in my deserts. So I got the 3 impures. I got the 1 normal here. And then I got a pure and a bunch of normals here. So that's, and then I got this guy. A train, machuchus. Machuchus. Not to be confused with my muchachos. How clever do I feel? Sorry, my brain is now just kind of running around. Hey, good morning, Basil. How are you today? Yeah, sorry, my mind is just now kind of thinking about what kind of train and how I want to have the trains do the pickups and my exchanges, and so that's basically where we're at. So I've identified my copper, not good. I've identified my coal, which is good. My steel, or iron I should say, is, I mean, I'm stepping all over the bloody stuff. 8 p.m. Oof. Where are you about at there, buddy? 8 hours. Europe somewhere, I'm guessing? Hell, that could be the other side of Canada, mind you, no. And I'm glad you've got a good day. I hope things aren't on fire wherever you are. All right. Now, let's figure out what the next step. So, kind of the next big steps I have to think about is I can actually get the steel plant up and running. Otherwise I have to do transportation for my copper. Because again, I just don't think it's, I mean, is it going to be easier? Germany. Wie geht's? That's the extent of my German, by the way. They're about to be, but just because the nuclear plant is about to go online. All right. Yeah, see, I'm now stuck in choice hell. One beer. Eine Bier bitte. I can say that as well. Eine Bier bitte. I mean, I used to speak more. It's just I haven't used it. My family's from Germany, from the Munich area. I did know how to speak more of it back in the day, but lack of use. But the most important ones, things, wie geht's? Sehr gut. Eine Bier bitte. And after that, I'm pretty sure I can survive in German. And here's the thing, is that for us ignorant North Americans, pretty much anywhere I go in Germany, I'm going to find you guys speaking English because, quite frankly, you're probably smarter than we are. Or at least you have more. Yeah. We don't speak lots of languages. I mean, hell, I'm in a bilingual country and I don't even speak French. All right. But welcome from Germany. I'm glad that you are here. It's nice to have someone from the mother country. Bavaria. Originally, that's where my family came. Like their last generation before they immigrated to Canada were in the Munich area, or München. But they originally. Oh, yeah. There you go. But originally they did come from the Bavaria area. That's my maternal side. My paternal side, they're not so much kind of more East German Prussia kind of region. They were on the wrong side of the line when the war ended, and that's when they all kind of bailed east. So they didn't get stuck behind the line, but yeah. Old. Yeah. But again, the fact that you can probably speak perfectly good English and I can barely order a beer. More power to you, my friend. All right. Yeah, totally squirreled out here. Too fascinated by... Oh, cool. Yeah, it sounds very similar to my father's family is from that region. All right, let's head back to the base. Netherline region, though. Cool. I'm gonna pretend that I have a more than a absolutely. Oh no, believe me, this is ADHD Satisfactory, man. There is no derailing. I can look at a butterfly and I'll be off. Ooh, butterfly. So no worries there, my friend. No worries. I'm mostly kind of stalling anyway because I'm not quite sure what my next step is. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to look at a map. That's more northern central next to the Netherlands. Okay. Yeah. I think I've got a kind of getting that vague idea. I think I know where it is. And that's awesome, man. So I hope you're on a nice deck and things are cool and you're enjoying a nice evening beer or beverage of your choice. Oh, okay. Nope, that's good, man. I know I got a much better idea where everything is now. That's awesome. And like I said, you are welcome, and I appreciate you visiting. Okay. Cool. Man, see, this is German efficiency, man. You are triangulating me right in there. There is no question about where you're... And that's German efficiency. Oh, someone has a question? We are going to answer it completely. I am sorry for the bad accent. The irony thing is, it's funny. Of all the accents... Yeah, that is... Sorry, it'll actually probably kill the... drop the sound. Of all the accents that I can mangle, Germany is one of the hardest ones for me because I've listened to a German accent my whole life. Both my parents spoke with a German accent. Most of my relatives had the German accent. It's really hard for me to kind of do anything but more than a Hogan's Hero, which is, yeah, probably shouldn't do to German people. A little insulting. Where am I going? Okay, so where am I going to put the steel plant? I'm thinking I'm going to sneak the steel foundries right in behind here. Because my iron's here and the coal is not... Yeah, because if I put the... Okay, so let's get... Yeah, I'm never sure how people are going to react to that. Like, you know, German. I mean, here's the thing. It wasn't super insulting to the Germans. Yeah, buffoons, but let's face it. The English speakers were just as big of buffoons. The only one that really showed any competence or normalcy was Hogan, and that's only because he was the American hero. So, you know, you can't have him being a little bit of a clown. But yeah, like I said, yeah, I did watch it growing up. And I know nothing. Good. Glad to hear. I do try to be sensitive. You know, anything that's especially made by the Americans, right? You never can tell what's the meaning behind. Don't mention the war. Sorry, a little Monty Python there. All right. I'm not sure why I just did that because I'm going to have to drive tractors through here. Okay, so let's start thinking about getting our tractor station in. Yep. You know what's hilarious? What are you? Are you anything but... You better be an impure. Yeah, okay. Whew. But, you know, I made all these fancy iron lines, and I don't have one right there. It's an impure. I pretty much have historically, completely and utterly ignore impure nodes, because, quite frankly, they're... Oh, yeah. Though the propaganda films... Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Both the Japanese and the anti-German, or anti-Japanese and anti-German. Yeah, those were pure government propaganda, man. Because someone's paying attention. I can type great and tell someone that knows that I'm typing, and then all thumbs. So don't feel bad, man. I'm more worried about the conversation, and quite frankly, my reading, I just fill in the blanks, so it's all good. Oh, I know, they are just absolutely terrible. At least the German ones, the skin color, you know, they couldn't go too far. The Japanese, because they are completely different ethnicity. Ooh, dudes. Ain't war grand. All right, what do I got for my transportation? I've got my truck station. So let's start thinking about putting these guys in. So we're going to put you right there. And we're going to slide you along. Oh, yeah. I watched, so Netflix has recently added to their lineup the movie Short Circuit. Short Circuit is an adorable little movie about a little tiny robot, because, you know, it was the 80s, so apparently all the robots needed for sentience was some lightning. Yeah. Hey, Valius, good to see you. I am currently putting in a larger truck depot to start bringing resources as I am working on my phase 3 massive factory area. So I'm basically going to be filling this whole zone in here to make my phase 3 stuff. But I was saying about Short Circuit, very cute movie. I mean, you're number 5 alive and all that fun stuff, and Ali Sheedy and Steve Guttenberg and the one Indian character. Yeah, right up there, like with 16 Candles, right up there with all of our little movies from the 80s that really don't carry culturally sensitively into the modern time, shall we say. Yes, I have seen Chappie. Chappie, oh, what's the director? My brain has gone blank on him. The same guy who did the Alien. Oh my God, my brain's not working. Yes, I've seen Chappie. I'm gonna put it there. I didn't realize it was like a homage, but yeah, now that I think about it, absolutely. All right. Oh, Valius, how are you doing out there? I hope the fires aren't anywhere near you. Eastern Canada is apparently absolutely getting hammered right now with smoke. District 9, thank you, man. We still hope there's ever going to be a District 10. So I hope you're staying safe. I hope the smoke isn't really getting bad to you, you know. After all, don't want to, you know, the Americans having to deal with our smoke. Fucking Trump. Anyway, I put that in wrong. All right, let's try this again. Oh my God. I'm gonna probably start making you guys seasick with the amount of bouncing around I'm doing. Because if I recall, you were in Saskatchewan. Sun smoke, not too bad. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I've been through those kind of conditions. I'm on the west coast of Canada, so in the Okanagan region, and yeah, we've had our share of some pretty nasty fires. The first few years that I lived in the Okanagan, so this would have been early 2000s, there's a giant provincial park across the Okanagan Lake from where I'm living, and the entire forest was on fire. Manitoba, a little bit further east. That puts you closer to the fires, though, doesn't it? Than what I was thinking? Because it's Ontario, Northern Ontario, that are the really big ones, aren't they? I mean, it's hard to tell because there's so much freaking fire everywhere. Oops. Bring you into position. How are you doing there? Are you about ready? Yep, that's where I want you. I don't know if I'm going to need this many stations, but I don't want to kind of mark the space that it's going to need. So I'll put all of these guys in there, and if I need more, I can always wrap around in behind and stuff, so that's okay. Let's grab our markers. So center line, here we go. Let's make sure. Good, okay. Well, I'm glad you're riding out the storm. Yeah, how's the fire situation over in your neck of the woods there, Basilisk? Are you guys having kind of similar situation as we are? I don't know how much of kind of the latest and greatest when it comes to the forest fires are. Is that Canada is 1.2 billion acres or of boreal forest. Basically, it's the forest that covers the entire top half of the North American continent, and it's currently large chunks of it, or significant chunks of it, are on fire. Because, yay. Oh, that's good. You guys got kind of hammered with the heat though recently, didn't you? Or did you avoid most of that? Because I know the UK was having some real serious problems, especially the fact that, you know, oh, that's excellent. That, you know, Europe's not really used to those kind of super high temperatures, so why would you need air conditioning? That'd be like people in northern BC saying, suddenly I need AC. That means something gone bad. No. Ouch. Ow. I get oh, no. Anything above 30, I get complainy. Dude. That is, oh. I mean, I've experienced 45C. Oh. That is just, oh, not good in any way, shape, or form. Ah, we don't do freedom units. Oh, that is just, man. Yeah, no wonder you guys were having issues with that. We'd be having issues with that. Like, oof, not good, man. That's still way too freaking hot. Okay, not gonna get into the whole climate change, but man, oh man, oh man. I hope you all stay freaking safe. That's right, it is the normal system. That is an excellent way to put that. No freedom units here. And I, of course, am teasing our American friends. But come on, guys. You're the last holdout. Join us. Join us in the base 10 system. You will have no regrets. And you're, you know, a large country like us. You can measure your big distances in time like we do in Canada. Yeah, so we're expecting for this afternoon, at least this week, 35 degrees. Just so as a heads up. So yeah, 45 gross. Here's the thing. Even if my reaction, visceral reaction to 45C is, that's really fucking hot. It's not unheard of for where I live. We are, in fact, the northern tip of the Baja Desert. So I am technically living right on the edge of the Baja Desert stretch. So yeah, that kind of high and temperature, and we are dry, so we don't have as high humidity. Our humidity index is usually around 35, 45. I'm pretty sure you guys are much higher than that. Don't tease me. So yeah, again, just absolute feels, man. Yes, it does. Yeah, the delay will catch up here, and that when I suddenly start laughing, you'll have known why, as I just read that line. Man, that is a good one. See, there's another reason to switch to metric. Guys should be all over that. Why is not every male politician trying to change that? Yeah, man, I got a 15er. Oh, that's too funny, man. Way too funny. All right. Okay, so truck stations. So the coal can come to there. We're going to bring coal from the back line there, plus a truck. I'm going to need a universal path. That's a universal vehicle path. Let's go put some of this stuff down. All right. Let us put that there. So I'm going to use this one as my coal. So a little trick here again when you're working with the stations and the vehicle paths. Oh, I have a vehicle path in there. I'm going to have to get rid of this tractor path because I'm going to be using a truck on this one. Oh, man. Oh, you did live in the States for quite a while, didn't you? I've visited, oh, so very briefly. What's the furthest I've gone into the States? I have been actually to Cape Kennedy. I went to Daytona way back in the day when space shuttles were still flying. I won a competition from work that took me to the Daytona. San Diego, 4 years. Awesome. At least you're on the good coast, the West Coast. Sorry again. Not trying to be a dick, just being funny. Yeah, so I did get to go to NASA. Ooh, Virginia. Wow, that's a change, Virginia to San Diego, or is it? I don't know. What the kind of regional mentality is between Virginia and California. I mean, certainly Florida and California, or Texas and California. All right, and we'll put that there. Now, the only question is, of course, is these trucks are so damn big. Can I make my corner here? That is the question. Wow. And then let's go to here. Yeah, I think Mr. Truck can make that corner. I might have to take out... Oh, actually, you know what? Let's test. Let's grab a truck. And how are you doing on these corners? See, this is a nice thing. Again, I'm really do like the new pathing system for the trucks. This is exactly what it needed. And I like the fact that I can slide along the path and see exactly where it's going to clip or not clip. So it's going to clear that, and it's kind of bouncing a little bit into these, but these are easy to remove. So we're going to go... I don't want to grab the path. The only issue I have with the paths is that they really kind of get in the way. Okay, and all of these guys. That should be okay. All right. So this is then going to be receiving of the coals. So you're going to unload, and there we go. All right. Let's tie you into the traffic then. Hide my gun. So we're gonna come to here. Make corner. To there. Up to the corner here. And this is where I start running into some issues. Now, I should, no, I think I can, yeah. So I can replace these tractor paths with universal paths. And it should be okay to the vehicles that are currently using it. Right? That's how it works? Yeah, so you can see it's the same color. Be nice if I could just upgrade the line like you can with conveyors. But I'll have to keep an eye on tractors, like him, for example. Now let's grab a... I meant to grab a ride. Apparently not. Yep. I just was like an idiot, put the wrong paths in when I first set out these guys. And that's why it took me a couple of goes to figure these guys out. Otherwise, I would have already been using the universal, but, you know, dummy. So I ended up with the tracker paths. What the hell? Well, that was an interesting little graphical glitch. So yeah, I got a bunch of these tractor paths, but I should, and you can see the tractor is moving. So that means you can change them out. It's just, it would be nice if you had the same way, like you can upgrade a Mark IV belt from a Mark III belt. It would be the same as if you could do the same. So he's going to come to a stop. As I broke his path, you can see he's hit the brakes. Actually, everybody's hit the brakes, so that's exactly what should happen, or the expected outcome. So all I have to do now is just keep reconnecting like that, and then we get rid of the next. I got rid of the wrong section. Oops. Sorry, guys. Psych. I'd say my only real beef with them, or kind of, is the fact that when you're trying to use your dismantle tool, the paths are very sensitive, and they always seem to override everyone else's selection. So they're very much, their kind of delete box seems to be rather large. I have no idea if I'm explaining that very well, but, you know, words hard. Says a guy who uses words for a living. And I don't mean the YouTube thing. I mean my actual job is I teach. So, words important. Words hard. I mean, I suppose that's the benefit, is I kind of speak metaphor, but you can go into there. Okay, where am I going anyway? I'm going oh, good Lord, what am I doing? Hey, guys, congratulate me. I'm a dummy. You know what I did in the first little part of the stream today? I built a new road to make this job easier. And meanwhile, I'm going the long route. Thank you, by the way. Ignore that wall. That's like the main day of my builds. There's always something that's not quite finished. Yeah, I got a road that goes that way that I'm supposed to be utilizing, so let's yeah. Let's do something like this instead. You know, like you're actually supposed to be. And down this way. Big floaty floaty. And thank you. There you go. And now we come back here. You are not right. That's center better? Yeah, I think that's center better. Not really. Where do I want you to be centered? There? Or here? Thinking here. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you go bye-bye. You, Daniel-san, you go here. You are running into power pole. Remove the power pole. And then you just do that. No one is the wiser. There we go. Okay. Return trip will be here. Oh, turn you around. Let's come back to here. And a little short section here to hold it all in place, like that. Then we can come around the corner. And to say right there, you just go down this way for future expansion. I'm going to try to get you to turn the corner here. Vehicle path turns too sharply. Okay, that's not where I want that to be. To here. I get you to connect somewhere in the near future. Okay, so that gives me that. And I can go to here. Okay, there we go. And then we can just carry on down through to here. Or some other location. Yeah, a little bit of kind of wandering curvature will never hurt me. Famous last words. Okay, track can go out, go that way, and goodie. Oh. Bro, I screwed up my screws, had output at 1040. Now I have to do mergers and create 1200 of them. Yeah. Yeah, like these guys are doing 480. Each of these little buildings here is 480 worth of iron. The problem is in my planner. Let me just bring up the planner here quickly. Quickly is a very relative term. There we go. Is I have one line here, which is, let me do it this way. There we go. Oh, yeah. Is this belt here. I have a maximum of 480 I can do. I'm going to have to do some funky merger splitter shit to get this to work. Yeah. Stupid numbers. Bloody damn numbers. I hear ya. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's finish getting this track laid out. And we can then start thinking about what the next step is. Sound better for you guys? I hope I didn't blow out any eardrums. You are so very much not in the right place. You know what? I don't think I want anything in the middle here. There we go. And ignore the sound of the barking chihuahua, if you can hear it. It's a chihuahua. It's outside. Everything is an enemy. I mean, it's a chihuahua, so everything's already an enemy. Vicious beasts. You go corner. Like so. And connect you two like that. And I want to have a straight section. Let's see where the center of the road is. I'll hold you in place. Yeah, that's good. And this way. Away, and then we'll get the next section started. Like, and we'll take you back into default like that. Let's make the corner like that. Okay, we're gonna have to do some upgrading on some of these lines here, as we were going to join their paths. Like that one to there. And then you can join up somewhere along here. Let's say you're gonna be happy right there. Hey. Eesh. Wrong on, Danielson. Yes, apparently I have Pat Morita in my head because I saw a video of him describing how he came up with that accent, and he really doesn't know. He has no idea where Miyagi came from, just Miyagi showed up during the audition process. All right. Once again, I'm going to have to upgrade you boys. Aw. Sorry, that was very poorly and rudely timed for you. There you go. And while your back is turned. All right, now. I need to be able to make this corner. Now this is going to be interesting. Need to lose that. That's going to interfere, I think. Okay. And to there. And to there. You are going to be a separate path. And it's going to go to there. And we need to replace you. With you. Once again, replace. To, let's see, there. All right, let's go see what we can do to fix this corner over here. I may have to remove a bunch, put in a bunch, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to have to do. So we're going to take you out. We're going to take you out. We are going to figure out how far back I need to be. And that will reach to right there. Maybe not. Let's try that again. But I like where it's coming from. Okay, yeah, that's probably what I'm going to have to get. And that can go to there. And then you into there. Let's just make sure everyone can move around still. That's going to get sulfur. Excellent. And cross traffic is all good while I'm here. Might as well just upgrade that line. I'm not sure what is happening with it, so let's... Yeah, I know, I broke your path. Give me a sec. Here. Everyone happy now? Yeah, everyone's happy now. Okay, run this line back. We'll come to here, straight down the street. Nope, I screwed that up again. Let's get too twitchy on my old twitchy finger. Let's say from here to there, and to there, and then why do I feel like you're not centered very well? Because you're not. Why would I think you would have been centered well? That's correct. And you go this way. Connect the pads. Make the trail hubs. Drive the line. We all drive in little virtual trucks. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Or singing, anyway. Oh, I have a break in the line. Break in the line. Get together, like fix the line. That was an awful Harry Belafonte. Jump in the line. Oh no, I believe it. Oh, so bad. That was so bad. Let's make the corner here. Yep. Yeah, let's go down that line. And close the path. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Here, I'll give you guys a quick little look here at what I did in the pre-recorded session. So like I said, we have our 1 iron node here. And then we have what I set up today, just like I did with the coal. I did the same thing. This is actually a really handy way of moving stuff down. We come down to this zipper looking thing here. I'm not sure how I ended up in a tube, but I ended up in a tube again. I feel like this is some sort of running joke at this point. Let's avoid the entrances. Whee! Biofuel is definitely the best fuel to use for at least so far that I've found, in my humble opinion. Just because it's got such a good long burn time. It's not super fast, it's not going to get you anywhere in a quick, but it is going to get you there with a better safety record. All right, I got a door out here somewhere. There it is. All right, so we got 1 iron mine right in there, or miner, which we then have all our belts, 2 belts running this way, so that one comes up to there. Then we have our causeway. God, words today, not good. Brain break badly. And then we have our other iron node down there. So that's giving me all of my 3 pure. Plus, of course, again, I have apparently even more iron nearby. So, iron taken care of. Coal is now taken care of. Copper is the next one, but copper's not going to be quite so straightforward. I'm going to have to do some big, I think, infrastructure buildups before I can start bringing the copper over here. Oh dear, now I have to start building trains. So that's, I think, what we're going to start working on for next week. But I think that kind of wraps up today. Guys, thanks for joining me right at the end there. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed the conversation. Love hearing from people from all over the place, from my fellow Canadians and YouTubers. Check out Valius's channel. It's Valius TV. You can do a search on YouTube. He's got a massive factory going. Basilisk. It is Basilisk. Yes, Basilisk. Awesome to hear from you from Germany. Watch out for the heat. Stay safe. But that is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, here, Sorry, gonna have to do the spiel. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. If you want to become a channel member, you can, like Lee Barron, you can use the link in the description or hit the join button below. Until next week, where we will start doing some big transportation and start bringing copper over. Be safe out there, guys. Be good out there. Have a great day. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.